I lost my hearing at 19. The first sound I heard in 11 years was my wife saying our daughter's name. Meningitis took it in my sophomore year of college. 6 days in a hospital bed, and I woke up into a silence that never lifted. I learned to sign, learned to read lips, learned which friends would keep talking to me and which ones would slowly stop calling, since calling didn't work anymore anyway. I never felt broken, but the world has a way of treating you like a problem it has to route around. Waiters who talk to whoever I'm with instead of me. Job interviews that end the second I mention it. So when I say my wife Renata never once did that, I need you to understand what that meant. We met at a bus stop when she tapped my shoulder and asked with her hands if the 14 had come yet. She'd learned sign for her cousin. She never treated my silence like a room she was trapped in. She treated it like a country she was happy to move to. She narrated the world into my hands for years. What rain sounded like on our metal awning, which neighbor's dog had the deep bark, and which one yapped. When our daughter Bibi was born, Renata would hold my palm against her own throat and hum the lullaby so I could feel the shape of it. She'd sign, "She's laughing again," at 3 in the morning, exhausted, glowing. But some nights, I'd lie awake, wondering what my wife's voice actually sounded like, what my daughter's laugh sounded like. I knew everything about them except that. When my audiologist told me I was a candidate for cochlear implants, I froze. 11 years is a long time. The surgery scared me less than the possibility that it wouldn't work, or that sound would come back as noise, and I'd have let myself hope for nothing. When I finally told Renata I was thinking about it, she signed, "Hearing or not, I married you, not your ears." That settled it, in the opposite way she probably expected. I wanted to hear the woman who'd never once needed me to. I didn't tell her the date. I told her my brother and I were doing a fishing weekend, and instead he drove me to the hospital and sat with me through the surgery and the weeks after. The swelling, the waiting. You don't hear anything right away. They activate the processor about a month later, and even then, they warn you over and over. Voices sound wrong at first, robotic, underwater. I pushed my activation appointment to a specific morning and made the audiologist swear to keep the reason to herself. Bibi's 5th birthday. The morning of the party, my brother drove me to the clinic at 8. The audiologist fitted the processor, looked at me and mouthed, "Ready?" I nodded anyway. She turned it on and the room hissed and clicked and the air conditioner roared like a train, and I almost cried right there just from that. We got to the house before the guests. Renata was in the kitchen with her back to me, putting 5 candles on a cake, telling Bibi something. I stood in the doorway, and my brother, as planned, said nothing, and I heard my wife's voice for the first